everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in today. So this afternoon we're going to whip up a smoothie, and this is not a green smoothie. So I know this is generally what we talk about, starting our day with a green smoothie, but I already started my day with a green smoothie, so today we're going to make something a little bit different with a new twist, and that is a chai smoothie. So this is pretty easy. It only contains 6 ingredients. Today we're going to use bananas and dates, and then coconut milk, or excuse me, coconut water, coconut meat, maca powder, and cinnamon. So I'll just briefly kind of highlight the benefits of each of these ingredients. So bananas are an excellent source of potassium. They're really great for normalizing blood pressure and for proper heart function. And then we have dates, and dates are really just a natural sweetener. So today we're going to use a medjool date. I have them soaking in water right now, just softens them up, but we will talk about what to do with them before we throw them into the blender, because they do contain a pit that you'll want to remove first. Then we're going to use some coconut water. So I have Zyco coconut water and also some coconut meat. So I was able to find this at Whole Foods. You can get it at a lot of natural food stores, but it's just coconut. And then I actually have it soaking over here in a bowl just to soften it up a little bit before we add it into the blender. But coconuts are great. They're antifungal, antibacterial, antiparasitic. Tons of calcium and magnesium, including a huge amount of electrolytes. So if you run or cycle or bike or hot yoga, anything like that, and you're utilizing vitamin water or Gatorade or Powerade, I suggest like kicking that to the curb. Those products are full of sugar, added sugar, white sugar, things that are not good for us. Coconut water contains electrolytes that are natural, so it'll replenish the electrolytes just from its pure natural state. So when looking for coconut water, try and find one that's like a pure coconut water as opposed to something that's made from concentrate. Then we're also going to use some cinnamon. So cinnamon has so many unique healing properties. It's warming, it controls blood sugar, and it really improves digestion as well. And then the last item we're going to use is maca. And maca is actually a superfood. So I'm sure you've heard the big rage of superfoods. It's all over. But this comes to us from the Andes, and it's actually a root, so similar to ginger, and it is turned into a powder, or other forms as well, but I have a powder here today. And it's really great for improving endurance, strength, stamina, energy, and libido. So if you're ready to spice things up a little bit, try some maca. You can add it into smoothies, into your oatmeal in the morning. Start with maybe a ½ teaspoon to 1 teaspoon to begin with. As I did mention, it does increase your energy levels, and so some people may notice increase of heart rate, so that's perfectly normal. That's why start smaller, and you can slowly build up a little bit if you'd like. So let's go ahead and get all of this into the blender. So there's not really a rhyme or reason about how you add things into a blender, and if you don't have a blender, a food processor will also work. So we'll add in, actually I'm going to add in our coconut water first and just kind of estimate. I don't always measure things, so I'm going to probably just guesstimate about a cup of coconut water. Yeah, that looks about right. We might need to add a little bit more later depending on how thick it is, if we want to thin it out a bit. Then let's go ahead and peel our banana out and put this in. Okay, and as I mentioned, I have the coconut just kind of soaking over here, so I'm just going to pull this out, and it just kind of looks like these little white pieces, so you can just kind of toss them in. Maybe a little bit more. Again, add as much or as little as you like. If you don't like coconut, maybe you don't want to add that, or if you can't find the coconut meat, you could use, just buy a can of coconut milk and put it in the fridge for a while. when you take it out, you should get this thick layer at the top of like cream almost. Use that instead. It's a nice thickening agent. It's going to provide you with the benefit of coconut. It's really creamy, so it'll be a great substitute for the meat. Now, as I mentioned, the date. So you just want to peel the date open and then just remove this little pit. Just set it aside. So I'll just pull them in half a little bit. Toss them in. And I think because our banana's fairly ripe, I might just use 2 dates, I think. Yeah, we'll go with 3. So again, removing the pit and then just tossing the dates right into the bowl. Okay, now cinnamon, just kind of add it, maybe about half a teaspoon. And then last but not least, we'll go ahead and add our maca. So. Just do about that much. So go ahead and add that in. Put the top on. Okay, are you ready? It's kind of loud. So 3, 2, 1. Awesome. The wonderful thing about the Vitamix is that it has these pre-set settings, I guess if you will, and so you can just let it go and do its thing. So we're just going to pour it into our glass. It's so nice and thick and creamy. Awesome. And it smells good. So delicious and so good for you. And just a nice different twist as opposed to your everyday green juice or green smoothie. So thanks again so much for joining me today. Hope you try this recipe out at home and let me know what you think. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye.